Today we're going to talk about the 2018 Farm Bill. It was a huge deal for hemp. So we want to talk about what that did and how that affected hemp and in terms of the general public as well. So the Farm Bill in general is a massive bill that gets redone every 5 years. In 2018, in terms of hemp, the Farm Bill helped re-legalize hemp. It had been on the list of controlled substances for something like 40 or 50 years. And what happened in 2018 was industrial hemp was considered legal again. It was taken off the controlled substances list as long as the product had 0.3% THC or less. It could be considered a hemp product and was therefore, the hemp would be legal to grow and process and turn into finished goods in the United States. So what that meant for hemp is that it kind of came off of this weird, like it was a gray market thing where it wasn't legal, but people were still kind of selling it. And it actually formally made hemp legal and made CBD products legal to be sold in the United States. And then consequently, after that bill was passed, most other states did adopt that and made hemp legal in the United States in each state. So what we saw after the 2018 Farm Bill was passed was an explosion in the hemp industry. A lot of CBD shops started popping up, a lot of CBD manufacturers started popping up, and information started to be available about what hemp was, what CBD was, and what it could potentially do to benefit people and pets. What we did, we started our business in 2019, and a lot of what we did for the first year was just educating people. A lot of people didn't know what hemp was. They, had only heard the propaganda about, oh, cannabis is a terrible, plant and it's a drug and it leads to, gateway drug addiction. And so for a lot of that first year of the pharmacy being in business it was a lot of education. It was a lot of telling people what the plant actually is, how it could potentially work in your body, and, things that it could do as an alternative to pharmaceutical drugs. Something else that resulted from the 2018 Farm Bill and hemp, coming off the controlled substances list was it opened the cannabis plant up to being researched more easily. Previously, because it was considered a controlled substance, there was very little research that could be done. But now, as far as the hemp plant is concerned, a lot more research is available, a lot more funding for research became available, and it has helped us to learn a lot more about this plant, that there are actually hundreds of cannabinoids in this plant, that each, I'm going to call them little particles, that each little particle or cannabinoid has its own characteristics and works with and in your body in different ways. And these are all things that we didn't know before. Like, we didn't know before that there were 10 different types of THC. There's Delta-9 THC, which most people know because it is the THC that gets you high. But there's also Delta-8 THC. There's also THCO. There's also THCA. And so this was all really important effects of the 2018 Farm Bill because it allowed us to learn so much more about the plant, to take this plant, process it, use these different cannabinoids, and make end products that have very targeted, uses. So now we have hemp products that can be marketed as a sleep product because they have CBN, which is a cannabinoid that has been shown to be very sedative and helps, your body wind down, go to sleep, and stay asleep. It also helped us to learn more about, Delta-8 THC. This is a naturally occurring THC in much smaller quantities than Delta-9, but it is still a naturally occurring THC, which no one was really familiar with before it was able to be researched. So another thing that came out of hemp products and CBD products being more readily available is that hemp flower became something that people started to seek out. It can be smoked. It's a cannabis flower, so it can be smoked the same way that marijuana can be smoked. But the CBD flower side of it is more for like therapeutic effects and not about the recreational, getting high. So a lot of people started seeking that out for therapeutic effects. You come home at the end of a long day, you're tired, you want something to de-stress, and it kind of just becomes part of people's routine as a way to chill out, and maybe they don't take a drink, they use their CBD flower instead. So it became an alternative to over-the-counter medications, it became an alternative to alcohol, and just a brand new way of seeking relief. If you found this information helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're looking for more information in general on the 2018 Farm Bill, you can certainly look it up. It's available online. Just remember that hemp was one small section of this bill. It is a massive bill. So there is a specific section that deals with hemp, and you would want to find that section. I don't know the section number offhand, but if you want the specific language of what deals with hemp, it is certainly available to look up online. Thanks for watching.